Hi, I'm Dr. Sean McWhinney, and I've been working with Dr. Hayek to look at the role that obesity plays in brain health for bipolar disorder. We look at this because the rates of obesity and bipolar disorder are considerably higher than in the general population, and more evidence suggests that obesity has an impact on brain health and cognitive functioning. Given the prevalence of both obesity and cognitive impairments in people with bipolar disorder, we ask whether this might partially explain the patterns that we're seeing. In our first major study together in this area, we looked at how the volume of subcortical brain regions might be impacted by both bipolar disorder and obesity. More so than in healthy control participants, what we saw is that people with bipolar disorder had a smaller amygdala, hippocampus, thalamus, and other areas. And together, these regions being smaller added up to also having larger ventricles. Now, even when accounting for this, we also saw that people who have a higher BMI had larger ventricles. Since both bipolar disorders and BMI were related to larger ventricles, and BMI was higher for people with bipolar disorders, we used a mediation analysis to test whether BMI might actually be a contributing factor in this group difference. And we did see that higher BMI partially mediated the larger ventricles that we saw in people with bipolar disorder. This research showed that both bipolar disorder and BMI have separate contributions to changes in subcortical brain structure, meaning that BMI could be a modifiable risk factor for outcomes in brain health. Later, we would go on to map these changes to other parts of the brain and to tie them to clinical outcomes and cognition, but that'll be a story for another video.